Team Vera.
3, 2, 1. Initial flashpoint.
Okay,
Hi
yeah.
Justin, it's me, Team Vera.
Well, this is okay. I think, did we ever want to try new hero? Wu Yang? Can switch Juno for Wu Yang. It's very good. Yeah, other than that, this comp, we really want to get coordination between your Venture and your Ball. Or if we can set up a hack with Ball. The Ball is going to struggle to do things by himself, and similarly, these DPS are going to struggle to do things by themselves, unless they're taking like an isolated 1v1. But since the enemy team is relatively grouped up here, it's ideal to just hit our timing together with like Venture Ball. Like we just saw in OWCS a lot of plays where the ball is just like dangling somewhere waiting for these guys to come in, and as soon as the power drive happens, the Venture will like use all the skills, drill somebody up into the air away from their team, or multiple squishies away from the team up into the air, and they'll just insta die, right? Because they're fully CC'd, they're in the air, they can't move around. So the ball creates that CC, and then the Venture just like takes advantage of that and collats a ton of people with the drill. That's what makes it so valuable. Otherwise, the CC is like whatever. Ball can't do that much follow-up damage himself with the pile drive CC, so that's why we need the DPS here.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're also fighting in like a 3v5 here because we're just AFK in spawn, and we're still taking the fight, so don't do that. Communicate who's alive and where we want to fight.
In 10 seconds.
Really, at minimum with your Venture, I would say. At minimum. Yeah, Luminescent should be asking his team to not push out yet. Okay. If we see a lot of people on this side, yeah, it's reasonable to go through here. As supports, this pathing is good. You don't have to squish yourself through this tiny choke, because if you're the enemy team, you know, same thing we just talked about, the ball can just wait here and get a really good PD here. So if you swing out this way, you can avoid that. And also, if your team wants to walk out this way, by swinging out this way, you can also poke out the ball from like this piece of cover before you walk out into the fat PD. So that's kind of the idea of like clearing their setup instead of just walking into the trap. Right now we won a lot of space here, but we need to chill out. Like we are half HP and we're not stable, and both my supports have yet to peak, so just stable in the corner here. This is alright, but really we need to like stable still and kind of hold the space we have here. So yeah, a hit like this on the Curie, we force TP, sure, but we're really putting ourselves out of position. Like what we want to do is kind of set up for this space, since there's Sojourn and like basically the entire team is behind this wall. We really want to hold this choke here, which means like if we fly back immediately, these guys are just going to walk through and like kill your team. So we need to really prioritize setting up here. We can clear the Kiriko, but we need to fly back and go to the choke. And you guys, supports, you need to understand, like, okay, if this is going to be our kill box, we need to set up. We need to set up away from it, so we're not just going to get swung on by like 5 people at a time. So you guys make your way back to the backup point here. Like you can play all the way back here or on top of here, as Kiri is really good. And then we just have our kill box here. So Diva on the corner, and then we can have one of our DPS here, maybe one of our DPS behind. Yeah. basically this happens. So we don't have our tank here. You guys are in a really bad spot and you're trying to tail our diva instead of being behind her already. So if for some reason our tank ends up back here, you guys need to back out this way instead of crossing through the kill box again. But yeah, basically the setup we want to try for next time is tank and then backline, or backline and then tank here. Oh my god, they let us get our mech back. It's a Christmas miracle. We should try and damage Ball when he's alone. Super split. Okay, very good. So yeah, this is really good because we identify that the Sojourn is extremely split. So you can go and kill this. Easy peasy. Well, this is, I think it's just a matter of cover usage. Now, we do want to use a rush here. This is 4v5. But the way we can balance out this death is by using like 2 ults. It's also a bit awkward the space we're holding like with our tank right now. Like flying out to chase Ball here I'd say is a mistake. We really want to maintain this space here that our Curie is ready to hold with rush. So we can post up like on this corner or on this corner and then have our Curie play back here. So when they cross this threshold into the choke, we just rush and kill them. And it also gives more really good places for our DPS to set up. Like our Venture can like be playing here, be playing on this side, and then just like drill dash into whoever when they cross the choke. Yeah, if we're gonna invest ults, might as well just like invest and actually use rush right away to try and win the fight. Use it kind of late, so the fight is it's pretty even. Yeah, like if you guys want to win, just use an ult. Like the next ult you use would probably be this one, and if you want to win, you can even stack 4 ults. If they're using 2 ults, you can stack 4 ults for sure. If they're using 3 ults, you can stack 4 ults to win the fight. And this is going to be last fight, so it's 100% worth it. But like, definitely don't like hold on to your ult and die if we're trying to win this fight, which we are. So use the ult. Gary, use the ult. Just do it a little bit faster. These guys also die with ults, so that helps us win. Just focusing the people that touch was good. Same thing here, we really want to create distance with our backline, so play up here or back here, or back here maybe. But if we're using our TP and then we're TPing onto the front line again, you're just going to get killed in your next cycle.
Excavation initiation! Flashpoint unlocked.
Oh, we TP'd. This is suicide. Never do this. Never TP onto front line. With this comp. And Kit. you're committing suicide too by hard cutting your backline out of the West. Like, I don't know if you're trying to stop the cap or something, but it's clearly impossible for us to get here first. Like, your team is in spawn, so you need to chill out. You're just gonna die. It doesn't matter if they cap and get like 10% and then we kill, like we team wipe them, and then we win the fight. That's what we want the outcome to be, not we stagger and die and then they get like 50%. Alright, so this is, let's see. Yeah, when they have this kind of setup, we can think about like, how do we want to break through this? If we all like 5-stack walk through this door, what's going to happen to us? Not a rhetorical question. What's going to happen to us?
You will probably just lose the fight and like get blown up.
Yeah, if the ball is dangling here and we 5-stack walk through this choke, we're just going to get mines and shot by Sojourn and Kiri and die. So it's really like, this is like the idea we're walking into their kill box. We're perfectly walking into their trap if we just 5-stack walk here. We need to create space by kind of going around this kill box, or either going around it or pressuring out the ball so we can't hit us here. And I think the easier way is to just go around it. Like, we can go through this choke, or at least some of us can go through this choke. But yeah, we're taking tons of damage here because they do ult us. Kiri TP's in. I think this is a good one to try and disengage from, and also use a counter ult, because we did see Kiri TP in here. So if we're a little bit closer, we can just 5-stack, try and punish those Kiri. Like, this is not a good TP. We can probably punish that, especially because their team is out of range if we try and collapse here. So this is a mistake that we saw. I'd really like for us to use an ult, probably Wing Ult or D.Va. But we're kind of too scared to walk up and punish this, it seems. Okay, we stable. Let's see, now their setup is really bad because, well, this person is super easy to clear. Their Sojourn is in an okay spot, but their ball is like not even here. So we really want to walk forward now. Looks like we're trying to use the EP. This is pretty good. I think Retro, you went in too early and got poked out. That looks like you're trying to live, so that's alright. Yeah, EMP is decent. Sojourn's a little bit of an issue. I remember, if you EMP here and you guys collapse on the Sojourn, it might be a little bit safer or / easier, because these guys are super split from their team. And if you choose to do this, you know, your tank can stand here and basically zone off people from coming to help, and these guys will probably die. Whereas if you ignore them and go this way, you might win the fight either way, but it's a little difficult because these guys are still on the angle and can still counter all you. Like this Sombra can just EMP your supports now because she's on the outside of the map and we didn't clear it. So we're kind of forcing our supports, especially our wing, to cross this space into their like DPS angle without clearing them for our backline. Does that make sense? So here, if we hear this guy, the play should be like, okay, let's just go kill these guys, because they're super split. If a Sojourn is here at this point in the fight, it's suicide. She has nowhere to slide out. They do counter EMP. We're still holding on to our ults really hard. So let's think about when we could have used our ults if we want to play it like this. Yeah, EMP. We should use an ult right now. Let's use maybe Rush onto point. Maybe when the hack wears off of our Wuyang right now, we can use Wuyang ult. So we want to use those ults, right? We used one ult, but we really should have been using 3 ults because they're using 2 ults. And this is going to be last fight for this point. So let's use all our ults as necessary to win this fight because these guys are using 2 ults. But once again, we're kind of just dying with our ults here, and we're going to lose the fight.
Unlocks in 10 seconds. Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Okay, let's talk about the setup. Right now, we see a pretty major split from these guys. I see 2 extremely vulnerable targets. This is Sojourn and this Wuyang. So we should make a decision now and decide to use an ult and like kill one of them. Because these guys are out of position, right? It's a safer rotation if they put like 5 people here, maybe minus Sombra, or 4 people this way, or try and rotate this way. But these guys are just like really, really close to your team and super punishable. So instead of like when we see this, when we see the split, let's see. Can my Venture go on this guy? Probably. Can my Sojourn go on this guy? Probably. We just need to make the call and do it, right? So my Kiri can also TP in over across this wall if that's the play, and my Wuying can just slide this way if that's the play. But we kind of want to disengage from one of these angles and like collapse on the other. So let's say we want to go on this Wuying. Let's make the call here. Probably not worth it to use your rockets there. We want to look to see where the enemy is. If we see this guy here, now is a really good time to go. He's super overextended, right? So just fly at him, use your rockets, use Venture, dash, and this guy's going to get one shot. Like, you guys will do that much damage. He has no support. His Kiri is not here. We can also just use an ult to do that if it's not going to work. Or if he's not feeding as hard, we can just use an ult to do that anyway.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
So, indecisiveness kind of gets us dislodged from the choke here. Their ball goes back here. Now, why are we 4-stack chasing the ball? Why is this happening? It's not necessary. We're sacrificing a lot of the space. So, okay, anyway. Let's say we are set up on point here. We can use an ult to fight for point. So similar idea. We want to keep our front line here. Our back line maybe back here in this area. Then we can fight for this lane. And when they're coming to point, a really good ult to use is Rush. So I would really like to see, if we're fighting for point here, my back line here, my tank here, and using an ult on point when they're coming to touch. We match Rush. Slumber dies. It's a good ult. But again, we could have used this ult earlier, right? Like, let's talk about the layering. Rush is alright. But now we can, like, we're already one down. Like, we... as soon as we see the opportunity, we should just use it.
Point unlocked.
Like, a little bit earlier there, we can just dump the ult, try and kill the squishy. Now, which squishy made a mistake in this fight on the enemy team? Watch it again.
Yeah.
What is the trigger here? What do we see?
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, we just saw this guy slide away from his team and isolate himself, so we can just dump our ult, maybe Wu Yang ult or Venture, and just kill this guy. Just run at him. W key. Right? Super punishable. Especially since these guys are already like extremely split. They're in Narnia. Whatever, we don't care about Sombra right now. We just go kill this guy. Use his only escape cooldown. Easy punish. Good job, Retro. It's alright. We're kind of... what happened? Did we get knocked forward? Oh, a little bit. Yeah, unlucky. Kind of just chill out if you can. Maybe use your next fly to just kind of come here. You get the remake again? These guys love you. Alright, now let's see where we can set up our trap. I'm seeing an opportunity in this area. Our Sombra can go here. Our Venture can maybe just walk this way, or underground. And our Diva can post up. But yeah, I'm seeing opportunity now because their squishies are trying to cross this way. So let's make our engagement happen like as they're trying to rotate here. We can't let them get away with this for free. You see what I mean, guys? Like, this is easily punishable. We just walk forward, flank it. We could even just engage fully right now, use Venture ult, and then try and collapse on these guys. Because they're not in a defensive position. Like, their ball is not ready to PDS. Like, okay, let's say their ball is, like, dangling here. Their Sojourn is back here. Their Wing's back here. Their Kiri, maybe Sombra or something. You know, something like that. Is the color okay? Is it visible?
Yes.
Like, this is a defensive position from the enemy. I know they're attacking, but it's like this kind of position prevents us from like engaging on them because these guys are so far away and so hard to get to. So if we use an ult and just walk through here, we're gonna get PD'd and just like blown up by Sojourn, who's unreachable to us. But right now, it's like not the case at all. Their ball is in Narnia. Their Sombra's not set up. And their Sojourn and Wing are trying to cross. So these guys are vulnerable, and they're also really close to us. Like, this distance is close enough to engage for sure. We want to take those kind of opportunities. Also, Kai, you gotta set up. You're gonna be late by poking like this. Like, I would probably wrap this way and try and harass the back line, Sombra. How are we dying? Yeah, this is a matter of setup again, so okay. We did fail to catch them on this rotation. So this would be a situation where we have like back line, and then front line, and then we kind of go like this. But as soon as we see them complete this rotation, we got to reorient ourselves. So let's put front line, and then we can put our back line here or here. But at this point, if you're standing on point, you're out of position as Wuying. My Sombra's also out of position. Yeah. It's too much pressure, because if they engage on you at this distance, your tank cannot protect you. Like right now, there's Sojourns shooting past your tank and onto you. It's unable to get protection from your D.Va at all from this position. You need to be like in cover. Another idea to think about, a reason we lost this fight, is because we didn't engage on them on this rotation when we should have. These guys end up getting, number one, this closer rotation to us, which is worse, and it makes it way harder to go on them. And also, they get another angle for free. So they're getting their pincer, and we didn't do anything about it. So kind of the same idea here. Like they set up, they did a pincer like this, and we didn't do anything about it. But what makes it vulnerable for them to do this, instead of just 5 stacking on one side, is that while they're setting up, they're usually splitting their supports, or they're splitting their DPS or something, which makes that a vulnerable target to go on. Like on here, we saw Wuying, and plus like some guy, and then like 3 people on this side of the wall. So this guy's super vulnerable, we can go on that guy. In this case, we saw 2 backliners here, and then we saw the frontliners going this way. So these guys are super vulnerable, we can go on that. You see the pattern here? Like, as they're starting to split off in different directions, we need to be pushing one of these sides, and being set up to push one of these sides, so they don't get a really good setup like they end up getting here. At this point in the fight, if their ball is PDing you right here, and their Curie Wuying are here, and we're all 5 stack point, we can no longer just walk at these supports. They're really far away, and we are going to be down resources because these guys have multiple angles on us already.
This ends now.
Thanks, Sombra. That's good. We like to see that. Alright, now before we go, what else can we plan to use this fight? Probably EMP to open up. These guys are 5 stacked on point, so this is actually a really good time for us to give Kai time to set up and just basically try and stabilize and be prepared to hit. So by stabilize, that means clear this ball, number 1, and also let Kai set up, number 2. Those are the things we need to do right now. Now, we EMP. Pretty solid.
Area denied.
Yeah, actually pretty solid fight there. I like that. Let's go that Wuying. Nice. They rush really, really far back. Wondering how we ended up giving up this much space. Now, what I really want you to focus on in a fight like this, Kit, is not giving up the space and zoning off their backline. So somebody's going to have to touch, right? It's going to be Ball. Your team is going to blow him up because it's literally going to be a 4v1. And you can turn on him too. But your primary objective here is to stop the other 4 people from helping him or healing him or touching the point, basically. Yeah, also we use ventral, that's good. But yeah, I would really like our diva to be here, or even be like you can start on this wall and back up to here if you need, or start here like you were and then back up to the corner point. But yeah, really like putting that pressure on them at close range.
Excavation initiation. Apagando las luces.
The EMP. That's a really bad EMP from them. That's our Curie die. Yeah, we're kind of out of position again. We might have got booped forward. But yeah, like, okay, if they're coming this way, then we can set up the same idea here, like front line, back line. And if you need to fight the ball, like as a back line, you're not going to fight the ball easier by walking this way, right? Like if you're, see, 3 people stable in your back line, or even 2 people, you guys can fight the ball like this together. And you can fight him in this area, right? But if he boops you here and power drives you here, and you end up fighting him kind of in this area, then you're no longer in your secure backline area in cover. At this point, you're going to be also getting shot by Sojourn, and you're probably going to die. But if you fight him back here, or back here is alright as well, then you're out of the LOS. It's like this is the, creating the safe distance where your diva, who's supposed to be here or up here, can stop the enemy from like crossing and shooting you. They have to shoot your tank. As for my DPS this fight, this TP is bad because you need to set up for an engage when they're crossing. Like when these guys are going to be most vulnerable is in this area, or something when you can go this way. You really are going to have less success if you're like, I mean, unless you're going to hack the ball in and be able to kill him here. That's also an option. But either way, you need to be like set up and prepared to do this. And right now, by sitting in the back line, you're not set up. So these guys are engaging. We really would like for you to be on this angle, but you're not. It's because you just used TP at the beginning of the fight.
Excavation initiation. Apagando las luces.
Honestly, that was okay, based on where your team was playing. Let's see next fight. Maybe my Sombra can touch there, but if not, then it is what it is. I think you're staggering really hard. I don't know
Area denied.
what is happening here.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Oh, your Curie dies, yeah. Just try and like end up dying. If you're gonna lose the fight, just lose it as a team so you get your spawn wave.
Area denied.
I think this is a lucky kill. I don't think that Curie should have died there if she uses her abilities correctly. So I kind of gonna attribute that to a little bit of luck and the enemy being not very smart about like finishing you guys off. But really we want to prioritize our defensive setup here, which is this lane, or this lane. So how can we create this front line back line distance again? Maybe my diva sets up right here. And then this is a good spot for Venture. And then maybe my back line can set up on this angle.
Apagando las luces.
Nice EMP.
This ends now.
Yeah, like I think this is a good example of why this worked.
Apagando las.
There, I think our diva could, be a little bit more forward. And really the advantage of being forward here is if they can clear you if you're not in cover here. But if you're in cover here, then their soldier needs to swing like literally all the way past the corner to this spot to get an angle on you. At which point you guys are going to be like fighting her already with Venture.
Apagando las luces.
So that's part of the reason why you're taking so shit ton of damage right now due to Sojourn.
This ends now.
Yeah, pretty nice. Good job staying on that OC. Kai, I think you were not set up.
Apagando las luces.
I mean, like, the EMP in response is fine. But in terms of the setup here, like, I really want you to be looking for an opportunity to use this ult in this area. Like, I really want you to be invis looking for an opportunity. Maybe you could just walk through here or walk just, like, down here and EMP them. But as their squishies are entering this space, like, you, your diva, and your Venture are all set up for this kill box, and you're not. And you also have EMP. You kind of see the problem here? Like, if we're going to fight in this kill box, you need to be prepared with your ultimate on time.
Apagando las luces. This ends now.
Good Sojourn.
Apagando las luces. Let's get back to apagando las luces.
I think you walk a little too far up. Just try and, like, it's okay to move up and try and get these kills, but if you recognize people are behind you, just move to this side of the wall, or you can, go in here or something like that. But it's very dangerous to end up, like, in this spot. It's scary. Good fight. Nice go. Real knife? Just got owned by Retro. Alright, well played. This is super killable. Guess what we are? 4v5. Or, sorry, 4v3. We should go. Let's kill these guys. If we get a kill right now, we win the round. Or the point. Nice. Kiri TP'd in. Alright, nice.
Ruins. Next, Flashpoint, Palace.
Oh, this new text is an update to the code, I think. That's cool.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
You guys have any questions so far?
Flashpoint unlocked.
Alright, we're looking for...
Flashpoint unlocked.
We're looking for somewhere where we can engage on, and I think, their backline being here, we do need to find a way to close the distance. So I like this rotation from our Diva. I like this position from our Sombra. That's very good. Nice go from Retro. Honestly, good rush too. Very solid fight from you guys. You set up correctly, you had pretty good timing. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Now you don't really have to sit on point here. Are you guys coming back from spawn? Or are you chasing ball? You don't have to chase the ball like this. So the kill box we kind of want to poke out here is this one. Good job, Retro. You're just solo killing that person again. Yeah, just make sure like we're really set up for this kill box here. I need my diva posted up on this corner, and maybe a DPS inside here, like Venture. I really want this set up as these guys are walking through here, so don't be late. If the ball is back here, it's not worth chasing. Also remember, if the ball does this kind of huge flanks all the time, and he's trying to cap point and force you guys to look point, if these guys are close enough at any point, you can just ignore the ball, 5 stack, go kill them with your ultimate, and then come back to deal with point. If he's splitting himself like super hard and he's not near the fight. What you don't want to do is go chase after him and then like disrupt your own positioning. Yeah, do it, do it, do it. Same situation, we're seeing a split forming. A 3-way split. Okay, these guys are killable, these guys are probably killable. This guy, not killable. So don't stress about him too much, okay? We need to find a way to kill one of these groups of people, and it's either going to be this one or this one. Based on where my venture is, I like this. But we're taking quite a long time here. What I'm saying is, okay, we already are dying, but we died with almost 4 ults. You probably could have just been focusing on farming pre-fight a little bit more. We died with 3 ults. We need to use an ult and engage on one of these guys.
Nerf this.
Just use Wuyang ult. We're about to win the game, just use Wuyang. Okay, now that we're Diva's dead, we gotta reset. Okay, they rushed. Is this a good rush or a bad rush from these guys?
I'd say bad rush.
It's a pretty bad rush. Yep. They're not in position. Nobody's pincering from behind. Nobody's even close to the front line to press W. So bad rush. This is something that we should try and disengage instead of fighting into. That being said, it's kind of weird that she's walking completely by herself.
Apagando las luces.
Nice MP.
Apagando las luces.
So yeah, we do get our timing on backline here. This is very nice. And I expect that to win us the map. Especially how their Sombra ended up TPing like back to like onto the front line or in the middle of the map. This is not good. And if we EMP frontline here, guess what? She's also gonna get hacked, and now we're gonna win the fight without her getting her good EMP off. By the way, make sure if you ultract that they have EMP and you EMP the Sombra, that we're focusing that kill down. So here, so do you have cooldowns? I want you to use your ult right away and try and win this fight, because it's last fight. And if you stand AFK, then it's like, we need that resource advantage right now. People are coming back from Swan. Also want to see how we died exactly. That's a good ult. Or Ring is good. Your positioning is a little bit off here.
Apagando las luces.
It's just kind of suicidal. Like, you're not going to be able to survive that. If you can just walk forward with Invis and EMP, then you can TP out and live. That's really unfortunate. How does he one-shot you? Is there a mine there? Oh, you got dinked. Yeah, unlucky. That is why, Retro, you gotta go deal with this ASAP. You can't just stand AFK in the corner here.
Overtime.
This ends now.
RIP. RIP to Kit. Let's try.
Apagando las luces.
But yeah, like TLDR, we kind of had a suicide EMP. The kills itself were good. It was good timing. But yeah, we kind of died here, a little bit unlucky, and then Retro didn't really go in at the right time when he should have. Just waited too long. But we could have cleaned up those kills and won this fight. Yeah, that's the end of the map. Okay, any questions from you guys?
Not a question, but I appreciated you pointing out where should we be setting up and stuff. I haven't played this map a lot, so
Yeah.
I'll take that into account next times.
Yeah, just like the main thing for you is like, as tank, you want to stand on the corner and like be there in time to slow down like their rotation from going through spaces. So you're the one a lot of the time that gets to decide like where your team's kill box is. So make sure you're there on time and you're not caught chasing the ball around the map, which we saw a couple times. Not just you, but like your whole team was like, oh, go kill the ball, go kill the ball. It's like no. You set up your
Yeah,
kill
we
box
were a little
first.
spooked from the ball from the first few maps.
Yeah. But so no matter how, like if that ball is Junbin, he's gonna get value from you chasing him around the map, even if you end up getting a kill miraculously. I mean, ball can always get out, right? Like he's basically invincible. He can just roll away from you at very, very fast speeds. If you end up chasing him, that gives his team the entire map of space to just walk into for free. So yeah, there's that. Don't chase the ball around. Make sure you're setting up your kill box. And then the other major theme here was like when you're witnessing the team splitting, the enemy team splitting up and taking angles, you need to go use your ults and like be prepared to fight that at the right time, right? You know, every single time they take multiple angles on you, and you just did nothing. You didn't use an ult. You just sit there. And as soon as they have those angles on you, especially the Sojourn angle, you're gonna get poked out and forced out of your position. Or it's just going to be a worse fight overall, right? Like you need to be proactive in that sense, even if you're playing defense. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
That's it from you guys? I guess the people that were
Your time for
on the call.